Well, it's time to check in with Attorney Gilbert Adams to ask him some of your legal questions. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be here, Nicole. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, first and foremost, what is a Ladybird Deed and how can I use it to protect my ill mother?
Ladybird Deed is a device for planning out your estate. If you, for eligibility to Medicaid, if you have assets, sometimes Medicaid won't make you eligible.
Yeah.
So when you give a Ladybird Deed, you are reserving a life estate in your home, and you can go ahead and make a transfer to your kids, your church, whoever you may want to have your home. You have a life estate where you could stay there for the rest of your life. You could take your homestead exemption and any other tax benefits, and then live there until you pass, and then the property transfers and still be eligible for Medicaid.
Okay, wow,
Yeah.
All right. So that's something maybe some people might want to take advantage of.
It's a helpful device.
Okay. My insurance agent is telling me to, okay, I'm losing my place. The premiums will be less if I list people as an excluded driver, that they'll have less premiums. Should I do this or pay the full amount?
You know, this is something I have been seeing a lot here in Southeast Texas, where insurance agents are selling cheaper policies and in exchange they're taking lesser premiums, but they're doing it on the basis of putting high-risk drivers such as children or other persons, maybe spouses with a bad driving record. They're putting them as an excluded or an unlisted driver. It's happening more and more frequently. They shouldn't be allowed to do it. Our politicians here in Texas are letting them do it, and it needs to stop so that there'll be coverage in the event of a collision.
Yeah, because most people, I think that as long as they're not living inside your home, but they borrowed your car, they're usually covered. Is that correct?
They are covered unless the agent has gone into the policy when you buy it and written them out as an unlisted or excluded driver.
But they have to name that person specifically,
They
right?
do have to name them specifically, but sometimes people think, well, you know, that person will never drive my vehicle, and sure enough, it ends up happening, and then there's no coverage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, our next one is I'm getting divorced. We just moved here 3 weeks ago. Can the case be brought in Jefferson County?
Well, this is, of course, a family law question, and the laws are pretty uniform across the country. They want the parties to live in that community for about 6 months before the courts have jurisdiction, and the reason is so you don't say, well, I'm going to move off to Maine and then file for divorce and have a Maine court in control of the proceedings where the parties have lived elsewhere